Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm your host, Lawrence, here at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and today, of course, is the top 10 comics of the week. Now, what I do in this video, I take 10 books off the Key Collectors app's runners-up list, and we talk about them. I tell you the significance in each book, and every week there are some absolutely incredible books that appear that not a lot of people talk about. So today, in this video, every week, we talk about them. Now, before we get started, I have an important announcement. We have a brand new sponsor here at the channel, and a brand new sponsor to the top 10 comics of the week. Check it out. Welcome to Comicverse, your all-new go-to Instagram page for buying, selling, and discovering the best in collectibles. Whether you're hunting for that rare Golden Age cover, looking to upgrade your PC, or maybe you just want to sell your collection in a pinch, Comicverse has you covered. Comicverse offers trusted consignment with professional presentation while having some of the lowest rates in the collectible space. In this market, our growing community needs to know exactly what they're buying and have a trusted source to buy and sell their coveted treasures. No stress, no guesswork, just easy, reliable transactions by a collector with one of the best reputations in the community. So if you're ready to step into a new universe of collecting, follow Comicverse_IG on Instagram, where selling your comics is easy and your next big score is only one post away. Comicverse, your collection deserves a better universe. I want to give a big shout out to Jordy over at Comicverse_IG for sponsoring this video and the channel. Make sure you guys are on Instagram and follow Comicverse_IG. With that out of the way, let's get into this week's top 10 comics of the week. We're going to start it off this week with an honorable mention, and at that spot is Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies #1. This issue features the first appearance of some of the most iconic Looney Tunes characters we all remember growing up with: Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, Porky Pig, and a slew of others. Published by Dell in 1941, it takes our honorable mention this week with a graded 4.0, selling for $4,800 and up 2% since 2021.
That's all, folks.
At number 10 this week is Archie Comics number 321. This innuendo cover was only published in 1983 by Archie Comics, and it's one few mention when talking about Archie and spicy covers. It reads, "Archie, what does this new girl do on your staff?" With Archie replying, "Anything she wants, sir." Archie and his staff take the 10 spot this week with a graded 9.4, selling for only $750 and no previous data available. Oh baby, at number 9 this week is Masters of the Universe #1. This 3-issue limited series is the first Masters of the Universe title published by a major comic book company. Earlier He-Man comics were included with the action figures closely related to children's picture books. Published by DC Comics in 1982, He-Man makes the top 10 at number 9 with a CGC 9.0, selling for $247, but up 46% since 2023. How about an obscure one? At number 8 this week is Sun Fun Comics #1. This rare gem features the first appearance of Hitler in comics, a one-page parody advertisement. Published by Sun in 1939, it takes the 8th spot with a graded 1.8, selling for $1,440 with no previous data available. How about we get into some Bronze Age now? At number 7 this week is House of Mystery number 179. We all know Bronze Age horror is on an absolute tear right now, but this issue has some major significance. Not only is the cover art done by the late great Neil Adams, but this also contains the first interior art by the horror king Bernie Wrightson. Published by DC Comics in 1969, a 9.0 copy makes the list this week, selling for $844, but up 64% since 2023. You guys know I love teaching you things here at the channel, and at number 6 this week is Black Hawk number 117. This unheralded comic contains the first true appearance of Mr. Freeze, a prototype of the Batman villain with an almost identical weapon. Published in 1957 by DC Comics, Black Hawk number 117 preceded Batman number 121 by nearly 2 years. It makes the list this week with a sale and a graded 7.0, selling for $440, up an incredible 948% since 2008.
Holy haberdashery!
It is now time for our Mark Jewelers Book of the Week. And this week, our feature book not only has a Mark Jewelers insert, but also has a Menon insert as well. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 122, The Death of the Green Goblin. Published by Marvel Comics in 1973, this iconic issue captures the top Mark Jewelers spot with a sale in a lowly 2.0, selling for $130 with no previous data available. For value context, in August, a standard newsstand sold for only $105. Now back to the list and back to the golden age. At number 5 this week is Captain America Comics number 66, the first appearance and origin of the Golden Girl. Not Rose, Dorothy, Blanche, or Sophia, but the one that replaced Bucky after he was shot by a villain named Lavender. It rounds out the 5 spot with a sale and a graded 1.5, selling for $935, up an insane 213% since 2014. You guys know I love this list because we get things that you're not going to see anywhere else. This one's not even a comic. At number 4 this week is Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide number 1. This 218-page softcover price guide was published by Robert M. Overstreet in 1970. The original print run had about 1,000 copies and a retail price of only $5. Not only did the first print make the runners-up list this week on the Key Collector app, but a second printing was also sold. It takes the 4th spot with a CGC 7.5, selling for $1,525 and no previous data available. Now let's get into the top 3, and at number 3 this week is Human Torch number 3. This Golden Age Ghost features 2 interior advertisements promoting the forthcoming first appearance of Captain America and Captain America Comics number 1. Cap's first look comes in at number 3 this week with a monster sale in a CGC 4.5, selling for $5,825, up 87% since October. Making its way to the list at number 2 this week is one of my personal faves. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 1, and its premiere issue featuring the second appearance of Spider-Man. This is also the first appearance of J. Jonah Jameson, the first meeting between Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, and the first appearance of the Chameleon. Published by Marvel Comics in 1963, this iconic Spidey issue makes the list at number 2 with an incomplete 1.0, selling for an amazing $4,320, up 38% since 2019. Who's paying top dollar for incomplete books? And at the top spot this week, a massive key, a book that is super hot. It is Batman number 423, but the newsstand variant. This iconic cover by Todd McFarlane shows no signs of slowing down, with multiple appearances on the breakdown and the top 10. Published by DC Comics in 1988, it takes the top spot with a sale in a graded 9.8, newsstand selling for $4,812 with no previous data available. For value context, a standard direct sells only for $1,620. The Todd Father does it again. So that's it for the top 10 comics of the week, sponsored by comicverse_IG. Again, I want to give a big thank you to them for sponsoring this video and the channel. And also remind you guys, all this stuff can be found over on the Key Collector app. So make sure it's downloaded and you check it out each week. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying thank you for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll talk to you guys soon.